Morning and welcome to Brazos County Commissioners Court. County will meet in regular session on October 22nd, 2024 at 10 o'clock in the Commissioners Courtroom in the Brazos County Administration Building, 200 South Texas Avenue, Suite 106, Bryan. We'll start with the invocation and pledge of allegiance to the U.S. flag, and I will lead that. Almighty, thank you for this day and the many abundant blessings you bestow upon us. Please protect our first responders, our military men and women here at home and abroad. It is their service that allows us to enjoy the freedoms that we have. As we do the work of the citizens in Brazos County, may our actions be pleasing to you. We ask all this in your name, most precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Our next item is call for citizens' input and or concerns. And we have several. Kathy Veens.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm sorry the other two are not here. We heard a while back that several of you have referred to the citizens who persistently come to the court as the problem group. I've never addressed that before because it's just a rumor. Rumors are just rumors. However, I heard a commissioner of this court last week publicly saying that our groups of citizens hassle our officials. And that puts the stamp of truth on the rumor that we are identified as the problem group. That attitude by the court flames the fire of contentiousness here. If every time a citizen stands up to ask questions or challenge the status quo is written off as just a hassle, then the opportunity to find positive community relations is lost. I agree with Eric Caldwell when he said last week that we all want trustworthy elections on that topic. I think we are all in agreement. But it's our right, and it's actually our duty as citizens to participate here in the county. In this venue, the court in which we speak without response, and then at other times the county speaks with no opportunity for us to respond, is not conducive to a well-functioning representative government. I challenge each of you to get out of your bubble of business in the court with vendors and employees and hold town meetings in each of your own precincts to hear the voices, because although you only see 4 to 10 people here every week, there are many other residents who work and are unable to attend these meetings on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. And when you condescend to us, you're sending a message to more than just the people here in this room. I also suggest that you meet people in their homes. Volunteer for delivering meals for Meals on Wheels, even if you do it just once a month. Get out of your bubble and meet your constituents. Take our challenges and questions as your chance to foster community relations.
Thank you. Mark Holzapfel.
Howdy, my name is Mark Holzapfel. I'm a professor of chemical engineering at Texas A&M, but I'm here today as a citizen, a concerned citizen. I've been coming for about a year talking about election security, and I noticed a group of people consistently talking about the same topic. And so what we did is we got together and we requested a meeting with the judge and also the election officials and also the IT professionals, and graciously they accepted. So last Thursday we had a 1-hour meeting where we could have a discussion about our concerns. Unfortunately, 1 hour was not enough time to resolve all the issues. So what we did was we put together a report, which you see here, over the weekend. It's about a 50-page report, and what we did was go through step by step what it is that we'd like to see to secure our elections. So we've come up with a list of very concrete recommendations. The first is that to maintain up-to-date voter rolls, there's actually a procedure where the citizens get to say, we're concerned about this, and then there's a response that comes back from the government to say, we've heard your concerns, we've made these changes, we didn't make those changes. The second one is that there be an emergency plan for voting in case there's no electricity or floods like they had in North Carolina. Dr. Dougherty has noticed that there are some very significant anomalies in the 2020 election regarding the undervote for president. There's inconsistent numbers, there's dates that don't make any sense. The report was generated in 2025. We haven't had 2025 happen yet, and that was the date on the report. And there was inconsistent votings, undervotes, the 3 different numbers for the same undervote. We are concerned about the security of our computers. We'd like to have security patches installed. In our conversation, we learned that they rely heavily on air gapping to protect the computers. However, it's entirely possible with modern technology to break the air gap. The Chinese have infiltrated businesses. Bloomberg reported on this, that tiny little chips the size of the head of a pencil tip were embedded, and they stole information from companies. So just because it's an air gap doesn't mean it's secure. There's jacks on the back of the machines that could be hooked up to computers. We're asking that they be filled in with epoxy. When election ballots are transported, we have at least 2 people involved in the transportation. I've mentioned this before, that the hinges on the voting boxes are very easy to remove. It's not about counting the votes, it's about securing the ballots so that we have evidence of what the votes were after the count is done. There are sequential numbers on the ballots. We request that they be ordered and make sure that all the ballots are accounted for. And then also the most vulnerable elections are the federal elections, and we're asking for 100% hand count on the federal elections. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you, Dr. Holzapfel. Cindy Wiley.
Good morning. 1 Corinthians 7:23. Do not become the slaves of men. Citizens must remain vigilant and understand the purpose and limitations of government. But have we lost the measuring stick by which to measure? Our representatives are our servants, providing justice, protection, and acting without harm, or are they acting as master? Pulpits used to instruct the people that God's word covered every matter of life, including civil government, and the people had a measuring stick to judge. Today, it's the opposite. Whatever civil government does is therefore the will of God, not true. An informed citizenry is vigilant and pushes back on abuse and/or tyranny. Human nature. We love our comforts and want to be cared for. We, the people, see tyranny raising its ugly head. When we see assaults on our rights and liberties through unconstitutional, unjust, and immoral laws, bureaucratic decrees, policies, unjust taxes, we look for remedies. Thank God for our founding fathers. In order to preserve our liberties and resist injustices, they gave us 3 boxes. The jury box, under assault, where citizens can judge the facts as well as the law itself. The cartridge box, an armed citizenry deters an invading foreign force. The ballot box, where we the people can remove unjust rulers with the power of our vote. Have not all 3 of these boxes been under assault? It's foolish to think we here in Brazos live in a perfect bubble with no interference. We have the right and the duty to protect all three of these boxes. The group you call the problem group and hasslers is part of the citizenry that each and every one of you swore to protect. You were put into office to serve and be judged by your performance through the ballot box as exercised by the people. You will be judged for the people you appoint to perform a job, and it will reflect back upon you. The people seem uncomfortable to see every one of you as their servants, but in reality, that is how this is supposed to work. Unbeknownst to y'all, many of us have been approached by county employees and regular citizens thanking us for speaking up for them. In fact, most likely, some are in this audience and are watching. Name calling will not deter us from our right and our duty to protect that ballot box. Common sense needs to become common again. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the court? I don't have any other forms filled out. Okay, seeing none, we'll go on to consider and take action on agenda items 3 through 18. Number 3, approval of extension of the declaration of disaster.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Number 4, request authorization to wire transfer up to $233,607.38 to HHSC for the federal fiscal year 2023 Graduate Medical Education Program, retroactive payment for the benefit of participating hospitals using funding from the Brazos County Local Provider Participation Fund.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, approval requested from Specialty Court for payment of $3,190 to Recovery Healthcare Corp. for the use of GPS curfew monitors for the month of September, fiscal year 24. A purchase order was not obtained in advance.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, approval of the
6.
Brazos County Purchasing
6.
Department uniform.
Number 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. 6, approval requested from the Sheriff's Office to participate with the cities of Bryan and College Station in the 2024 Burn Justice Assistant Grant JAG Program Award.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, 7, approval of Brazos County Purchasing Department uniform policy.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, approval of variance to the Brazos County comp time policy to allow elections administrative staff to be paid overtime.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 9, approval of the following job descriptions.
Move for approval A.
Second, excuse me.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 10, approval of Diners Club credit card to be issued to County Commissioners Court employee Aubrey Leverett with a limit of $2,000 for various conferences and reservations.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 11, approval of FY 2025 Community Support Contract with the Salvation Army.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, approval of deductive change order number 1 to CIP 24-513, exterior access stairs with Jacody Construction for unused contingency in the amount of $12,615, decreasing the project amount to $439,065.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 13, approval of contract 25-077 for malpractice insurance for the employee health clinic with Evanston Insurance Company via Alliant Insurance Services, Inc.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 14, consider and take action on the wildfire energy utility permit to lay a temporary 12-inch polyurethane water line within the right-of-ways of Macy Road for .064 miles and Edge Schoolhouse Road for .36 miles to supply water for oil-filled activities. Sites are located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 15, approval of the final plat of Aggieland Business Park Phase 3D, Block 6, Lot 27R, being a replat of Aggieland Business Park Phase 3D, Block 6, Lots 27 and 28, 7.615 acres, J.H. Roan Survey, A26, College of Station, ETJ, Brazos County, Texas. Sites located in Precinct 4.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 16, budget amendments. A, FY 23-24 budget amendments 53.01 to 53.02. And we're going to have to table item number B. We had a mistake in that, and it'll come back next week. Going on to number 7.
Move for,
Only budget amendment 4.01 needs to be tabled.
Oh, okay, so we need 4.2 and
4.2 and 4.03. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so
So we
with
need a
that
motion.
correction, do we have a motion?
move for approval A, and on B, move for approval 4.02 to 4.03.
Second.
Second, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 17, personnel change of status. A, move approval of personnel change of status.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 18, payment of claims. Approval of payment of claims A, 8205822 through 8205938, and B, 9202593 through 9202658.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 19 is acknowledgement of the 2024-25 budget to actuals by fund as of October 16th, 2024, and acknowledgement of the 2024-25 contingency budgets to actual by fund as of October 16th, 2024. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Commissioners. We have 27 in detention, 18 males, 9 females, and 32 on electronic monitor. Thank you.
Okay. Sheriff?
Good morning. 758 today, 638 men, 120 women, 36 on electronic monitoring.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do we have any announcement of interest items and possible future agenda items? I do want to say that we do have the job fair on October 28th from 3:30 to 6:30 at the Brazos Center. If you know anybody looking for a job, the county's a great place to work. Any other announcements?
County Fair.
Yeah.
County
I was gonna say
Fair
so. Yeah.
was this weekend.
Yeah.
Did a great job.
Right. And it's really a great opportunity. I mean, I know sometimes people talk about the difficulty of finding family-friendly activities for the family, and I tell you, it was so well attended, and people seem to really be enjoying themselves. And so I want to applaud the staff out there for all that they do. It was a wonderful experience, and if you haven't been, I want to encourage you next year to take advantage of the opportunity. And I want to thank all of the county employees who helped. I saw folks out there volunteering. So thank you all for all that you do, but especially the county fair staff. They did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
And to be sure and get out and vote.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I did want to tell you that we have early voting places. I have that list somewhere.
And it's on brazosvotes.org.
I don't know about home.
Yeah, it's the hall, the MSC, Galilee Baptist Church, the Utility Center on Barron Road, and the McLeod.
MSC.
I said the MSC.
Okay.
And the McLeod Center on William Joel Bryan.
And I'm just really excited about the turnout. Apparently out at the Graham Road site especially, they were wrapped around the building multiple times all day. And so I think we had a record turnout for early voting on the first day of the election, and I was one of them. So proud to say I cast my vote.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want long lines, go to Galilee Baptist Church.
And it was
They are so
flowing. Yeah, right,
nice.
right.
They are so nice, and
Right.
it's usually can get right in.
Right. And while they wasn't wrapped around the building, there was a consistent flow. They, 10 or 12 people, just the line kept filling up. So again, please go vote. Encourage your friends and family to vote.
Okay. Well, that, Bruce?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Hancock wanted me to address something. It came up yesterday. When we did the test of our equipment, prior to that test, we ran our registered voters, and the amount on that date was 136,281. If you voted yesterday and you looked at your poll pad, it would have shown registered voters at 133,382. And the difference would be the number of voters that moved from Brazos County to other counties in between the time that the original group was determined until yesterday was greater than the number that moved in. And she said there will probably be one more adjustment because the Secretary of State will have the ones that they received in the last couple of days before the deadline that will come through in the next couple of days. So there will be a change to that second number also. But there were a couple of people who had questions about that yesterday, and she just asked that I would address that and explain the difference between the numbers.
Great. Thank you so much. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you all for your participation.